What's your assessment of the offense so far? What has ailed it, and what is fixable in your estimation, Gerry?
Well, one of the things that's ailed them, Rich, is their third down conversion rate. You look at the previous 6 quarters with Aaron Rodgers. They converted 4 of 18 third downs. And then Mason Rudolph comes in the second half. He converts 5 of 6, including 3 of third and 11 or longer. And so the consistency, the rhythm on offense has been missing. There's been no flow to the offense. Oh, there have been examples of it, no question. But I think the overall consistency of what they want to do and what they've been able to do has been the biggest thing holding them back. The 340 yards they had against the Bengals, were the most they had in 3 games. And it's just been too up and down offensively. Aaron Rodgers has been very good, witness the 19 touchdowns. Very few interceptions, very few turnovers, of course. And yet their rhythm and flow of the last 3 games, or certainly their last 10 quarters with Aaron Rodgers, hasn't been what they would like, despite the fact I know he threw 4 touchdowns against the Indianapolis Colts, but that was somewhat the byproduct of a short field and all the takeaways that they had. But nonetheless, he made them pay for it. But the offense that game, 225 yards. A week later, 221 yards. Rich, that's the second lowest 2-game total they've had since 2019. That goes back to when Randy Fittner was a coordinator. So they have struggled offensively.
Well, what's the mood there in that town, Gerry? Because the up and down play since the 4-1 start only lends credence to any concerns that this season is going to end similar to the way the last several seasons have ended, either short of the playoffs, making the playoffs and short of a playoff win, Gerry. Right? The Ravens are right there. They haven't played the Steelers yet. They've won 4 in a row. The whole world thinks they're going to run the Steelers down, and I know Tomlin doesn't care what the whole world thinks. But the world of Pittsburgh, what's the mood there right now?
Yeah, Rich, I think there's a lot of trepidation there. That 3.5-game lead that the Steelers had on the Ravens is all but gone. And if Mason Rudolph doesn't come in the second half and preserve that victory, and I know they got 2 defensive touchdowns as well, then all of a sudden they're tied with the Ravens at this point. 2 more games against the Ravens. They have Buffalo after the Bears. They still have to go to Detroit. And you look at the 4 of the last 6 years in December, they've had 3-game losing streaks. Now I know it was a bit of an extreme anomaly last year when they played the 3 best teams in 11 days in December. But that has been a repeated pattern for them. And these fans, the people around town, they know it. And that's why, there is a lot of trepidation about what's going to happen. When they were 4-1, I don't think people were making their Super Bowl reservations. And then, again, they lose Sunday. That's to the Bengals. That was 4 of their last 5 they would have lost. So, it would have been an early season, quote, decline for them. And I don't think anybody's doing cartwheels yet about where the Steelers are headed. And as you mentioned, Rich, they're quick playoff exits. They haven't won. They've lost their last 5 playoff games. Mike Tomlin's had 8 one-and-dones. That's 1 shy of Marty Schottenheimer, who has the record of 9. And they certainly don't want to see that happen again. They get there, but they don't do anything with it.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.